All right, it's one of those things. Morning, everybody. How we doing? Of course, everybody's going on and on and on about this Paul McGann thing. That allegedly Paul McGann went to Bad Wolf Studios, and that he, of course, we know for a fact he's withdrawn from Gallifrey 1 for filming reasons. And like I said, I would love more than anything to confirm this or say that it's true and that it has something to do with Doctor Who, which it more than likely does. But do we know what it's for? Why he's going to Bad Wolf and all that? Does it have anything to do with Doctor Who? Plus, there's this thing that's going around that Bad Wolf is, I think their thing runs out or something in April of next year, which means if they're doing another special, it'll all have to be filmed by March. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's just weird as hell to me the way they're running shows these days, because used to be you could pump out 20-something episodes in a year. You know, most shows did this, and now it's like it's a chore to get out like 8 to 10 episodes in under 2 years. It's insane is what it is. But, oh, well. I'm really hoping, like I said, I don't know. Plus, have we heard anything more on the missing episodes thing I could find? I don't know. See, me and my web browser are at war. For some reason, one of my security programs screwed up my bookmarks list. But like I said, it's not a big deal. I'll just have to type in a lot of spaces from memory. You know, oh God. Can people still do that? But, well, the thing is this. Is it just me, or did I just watch Billie Piper? She filmed an ad for something, and you could tell they were filtered out the butt, because it actually took me a minute or two to realize, is that Billie Piper? I'm not kidding. The way it just did not look like her at all, and I'm like, are they using something on this? Because, you know, we've seen Billie Piper recently, and she's still, you know, looks the way she looks, but when they shot this, it's like her face completely changed. I'm like, and you could tell it's not, you know, film or anything. It's not just the lighting. And is that really what we got to look forward to? Is everybody just using filters to make themselves look more attractive? We're this far from living in Surrogate. Remember that movie? Oh. Yeah, there was already an announcement about that. They've got somebody doing Matt Smith's voice that ain't the Dud Man. And from what I've heard, it's actually quite well done. So, I can't remember the fella's name off the top of my head, but it was all over X and stuff the other day. Yeah, I don't think it's her. I think it's whatever the lighting or whatever they used to shoot this video. Ugh. I think it was just this particular video, or maybe it was the lighting. I don't know, but I was like, it don't even look like her. And I can't remember what the ad was for, but like I said, it wasn't anything important, but I'm like, yeah, meanwhile, everybody's imploding over shit that has nothing to do with them. It's a weird world we live in. Okay, well, Matt luckily got out of the pool house thanks to House of the Dragon. I figure he's living in a small one-bedroom flat in Soho at this point. Or he's living on a mudslide property out there in, you know, L.A. under a bridge. Besides, Karen had to get him kicked out because, come on, she's got a man, she's got a baby now, come on. That's another thing. Yeah, they are filming a Luther thing for Netflix, so maybe that's it. See, a lot of people, I don't like to jump the gun because just because somebody's somewhere and all that, it doesn't mean anything. Like, remember when they found out Sophia Myles was going to France or was going to Spain when they were filming for I think it was Magician's Apprentice, Witch's Familiar, or Demon's Familiar, or whatever, and she was landing on the opposite side of the frickin' country from where they were filming. And then, of course, Moffat trying to get everybody going with that spin that fireplace, blah, blah, bullshit on Twitter. And I think they're doing a Luther thing for Netflix. They were talking about that the other day online. Idris Elba's coming back for that. Yes, but which Millie is going to the beach? Millie Bobby Brown or Millie Gibson? Hell, I'm not kidding. I think Millie Gibson just must be nice not to work like 9 or 10 months of the year. Every time I see her, she's in like Costa Rica or some shit, doing bikini shots that she's probably making big fat money off of on Instagram. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are doing a Jumanji 3. That's official. That's also, they're apparently doing a sequel to The Mummy. Why? I have no idea. Where Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser are coming back for that 20-something years later. Nobody. I don't have no idea what's going on with the new Avengers movies. I know Doomsday is coming up and all that, but I haven't really been paying attention to who's in the cast or anything because I don't know. It's like they had to bring back Robert Downey Jr. because they kind of figured out the problem. The problem was you hit Endgame, right? You've hit Mount Everest. All right? You've literally Karen Gillan's doing Jumanji 3. I don't think she's struggling with Hollywood. Okay, but with Avengers Endgame, you hit the top of Mount Everest. And then everybody is not trying to reach that level since. And they haven't made it past base camp yet. Okay, it's just to give you a small analogy, that's what's going on. They peaked with Endgame. And the problem is, where do you go from there? Now that you retired, a lot of these characters or killed them off. Spoiler alert. And I heard Fantastic Four did all right, but it seemed to me like they're trying to copy the Fallout aesthetic quite a bit when I watched that movie. We're in this retro 60s planet, blah, blah. And I go, yeah, and Fallout was retro 50s and did it years before this. The sad part is I have yet to make it all the way through the Fantastic Four movie. I tried. I really tried. I just like not even halfway through it. It takes a lot for a movie to catch my attention and keep me awake these days. No, the problem with The Flash was they got it right on television and screwed it up in the movies. The best part of the whole Flash movie was Michael Keaton as Batman. And that little scene at the end where they show all the different multiverses. That was it. Everything else was just I'm sorry, who the hell thought Ezra Miller was a good idea is beyond me. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, and they shelved the Batgirl movie, so you'll never see it with Keaton as Batman, yet they allowed this flopping dead fish piece of shit out onto the theaters. Oh. I'll be shocked if you actually see The Batman Part 2, okay? It's just all the weird shit going on in the DC universe, especially now that Gunn's in charge. I'm loving all the stuff they're saying about Gunn that ain't true. That's what has me laughing. Yeah, they definitely need to do a Batman Beyond while they got the chance. Jimmy Olsen. You know what I thought about Jimmy Olsen when the character first popped? Who gives a shit? That's why I'm like, he's a photographer for the Daily Bugle. I'm sorry, I can tell you what happened to Jimmy Olsen because anyone with a camera then became a photographer. So now he's doing dirty pictures for a new publication called The Rusty Trumpet. Or the rusty trombone, whichever term you prefer. He went from the Daily Bugle to the rusty trombone. Welcome to Derry, and like I said, I'm trying to figure out what they're bitching about Welcome to Derry. It's not scary. The hell it ain't scary. That's all I'm going to say for you folks who ain't watched it yet. Shit, man. I don't know what these guys' problem is out there. I don't know if I'm even looking forward to Stranger Things at this point because I just really don't even care. I'm not. It's been how many years now since the last season? Oh, look, we're making what's his name gay. I don't care. Is he still going to be the same character? I don't give a shit whether he's gay or not. It don't matter. Just like with Dumbledore and shit. It's like, what did it matter? It's like. Oh shit, you're right. Thank you, Raj. I screwed up my papers. He worked for the Daily Planet. Well, he went from the Daily Planet to the Rusty Trombone. Or even worse, he went from the Daily Planet to the Weekly Pluto, because Pluto ain't even a planet anymore. Oh man, I always get those characters screwed up. Peacemaker, yeah, they already said it's not getting a Series 3. They knew that a long time ago, so. I'm dying laughing. Peacemaker's gone woke. Peacemaker went to Earth X. I think that's about as far anti-woke as you could get. It was all in these guys' eyes, in definition. I don't think the Amanda Waller TV show is going to happen because what happened was the reason why you waited so long for Peacemaker Series 2 was originally the characters were supposed to turn up in an Amanda Waller thing, if I remember correctly. And then they were going to do something else, and then they were going to do the second series of Peacemaker. And as you can tell, none of that ever happened. So I'm not sure if that's even on the board anymore. Oh, well. We're at the 15-minute mark, so I have got to say goodbye for the day. Like I said, don't get your hopes too far up on the whole Paul McGann at Bad Wolf thing. as much as I love it to be true, we've been kicked in the balls before as far as hopes, dreams, and all that go. So you never know. Like I said, we'll have to sit back and wait and find out. I said, I just don't want to get my hopes up there and then, it turns out now it was all bullshit. Well, be kind, be calm, be safe. Take care, everybody. We'll see you all on the flip side. Enjoy your Thursday. Remember, tomorrow is Friday, which is awesome. We just have to get through today. Take care, everyone.